Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. We've got Dave and Chris from BHBTV, another free webinar from the FAMP and your partners here. We're excited to bring them to you and to learn more about the offering that they have with some great technology, some great things that they're going to be offering to us and share with us. But we thank you for supporting the FAMP and for being a member and being able to be here today with us. And with further ado, one little housekeeping thing. If you do have questions, you might have heard Valerie a moment ago, but if you do have questions, we're going to save those audible questions till the end. If it's in between as we're presenting, just go ahead and chat, hit those questions in the chat. We'll be monitoring that to make sure we answer those along the way. But in the meantime, Chris, Dave, off to you guys. Let's get on to it. Let's hear about BHBTV.
Well, awesome. Thank you very much for having us. We really appreciate the support of FAMP and everybody that's, I know some of the people on here are probably already using BHBTV, but we're thrilled to be here. So thank you very much for having us. And Dave, I don't know if you had anything to say as well to start off, but.
No, just what a great partner FAMP has been for BHBTV. And we, like Chris said, we're thankful for you guys hosting us today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, you know, I think the best thing to get started with is to understand what BHBTV is. You're probably looking at this as an originator, as a lender, as a partner in the industry and going, well, what in the world are they talking about? And why is this on a mortgage platform? And really, the simple answer is it's a learning platform, but it's like Netflix for mortgage professionals. So if you're an originator, this is for you. This is essentially, BHB actually means brokers helping brokers, and we'll get into that in a second. But essentially, the platform itself is a Netflix style platform for mortgage professionals. It gives you the opportunity to learn from each other. So when we say brokers helping brokers, we actually mean that, which means that everything that you find, it's all video content, some audio, but there's mostly video content on BHBTV, and everything that you find is in fact people that are your peers teaching you how they did it. So top producers, we go around and we start filming top producers talking about things like how they overcome objections, how they get business, how they market on social media. We've even got, you know, a TikTok influencer on there. So all of that sort of thing is on there to help you learn and to help you grow. And we all know that as the busy market starts to slow down and things like that, even when it's busy, we should be continuously learning and pivoting our business as the market changes. So this is an opportunity for you to be able to do that. But on top of that, it's free. So there's absolutely no cost to this. There's you've got two apps that you can download. Well, you've got actually more than that, but you've got two apps on your phones, one on Android, one on iOS. And then you can also watch this on your smart TVs. So we have smart TV apps just like Netflix, just like Prime TV. Download it right onto your smart TV in your boardroom or at home, and you can watch BHBTV 24/7. It's free. It does not cost you anything, but it doesn't even require a registration. So we don't even take your email. All you have to do is download it as a mortgage professional and start watching. And the great thing about this is it goes well beyond learning. So we mentioned lenders and we mentioned partners. Well, one of the things that we got from you as originators as feedback when we first launched was that this is great and we love learning, but this should also be a one-stop shop for what if I miss a webinar that FAMP puts up, like this one, for example. How do I get it? You know, I was with a client when it was on. Now I've got to find it. I got to talk to my representative. I've got to talk to my sales manager at my lender. I've got to talk to somebody to find this link. Well, now you don't have to do that because we have lender channels, we have partner channels on BHBTV where they now place their webinars and other pieces of marketing and other pieces of product information into their channel so you can catch that later. And we'll show you in a second. We're going to do a quick little demo of that. But it's the opportunity to not only learn, but also to get the things that you missed, to learn about your lender partners, and so on and so forth. So it's really, really grown into something quite huge for us. And again, our goal is to be that one-stop shop for you. So it's not just learning, it's in fact also learning about your partners as well. And on top of that, we've signed a lot of the industry's favorite shows. So if you've ever watched Josh Pitts and his Shred Media, if you've ever watched Alec Hansen do his stuff with Bypass, all of that stuff is on our platform as well. So we go and we find the major shows, the people that are doing great podcasts, preferably also doing video with those podcasts, and we put them on the platform as well, so that you can reach everybody in that one spot. You don't have to start searching all over YouTube channels or contacting lender reps or trying to figure out which shows you want to watch. It's all here. It's just like a Netflix. So I think what I'll do, Dave, unless
Chris, I want to interrupt you just a quick second, just because I know that with the excitement of this opportunity and with you even mentioning it, how to download it, I'm sure most of our folks are already jumping on their phones or their smart TVs while we're talking to download it. Is there anything that they need to do from a code standpoint or identify themselves as an FAMP member to get this? Or is it just, free once they download directly?
Nothing. It's absolutely free. So once they download it
Perfect.
directly, they can start using it right away. There's no code you need. There's no email collected from you. We don't collect any of your information. This is all free to the entire industry. And that's thanks to our partners. So our partners that do have channels on our platform, they're the ones that pay. So they pay for their channels to have their content up on the platform. And because of that, that makes it free for everybody else in the industry. So we thank our partners for that very, very much. And if you're looking to become a partner, so if you're somebody who's a lender going, how do I get involved with this? FAMP members actually get a 15% discount on their channel. So that's an important piece to share as well. And we'll show you what the channels look like here in a second, but I don't know if that answers your question or not.
It absolutely does. And I was just trying to determine if anybody needed any additional instruction, because I'm sure there's folks looking at their phone right now and trying to dive into this content. I'm amazed that it's all free. So that's super cool. Very, very cool. So I'll let you carry on, but I was just curious about that because I assumed there were some folks.
Yeah.
Oh, and somebody's asking in the chat, what's the name used in the Android store?
So it would be BHBTV. Yeah.
BHBTV. Okay.
Share the QR code. So if you have your phone,
there you go, folks.
If you have your phone on you and you want to give this a quick scan, this will lead you to your proper app store, and you can download it from there. And again, it's absolutely free, but not only that, you don't have to register or anything like that either. You can just start using it. So I'll leave that up there for a second. Dave, was there anything that that I missed in sort of describing everything?
No, I don't think so. I might touch on as that sits up there and people are downloading. What I'll do is maybe touch on just a little bit of our history. We started about 3 years ago as mortgage magnates, and what that was your your standard online learning platform. Again, Chris said we had proprietary content. We went around, filmed the best in the business, and put their 5, 6, 7 actionable tips that they would give us on screen, basically for you. Since then, about a year ago, we pivoted to BHBTV. We engaged a developer. We improved our apps. We made ourselves available on all smart TVs as well, as Chris mentioned. So really, there's no place you can't watch it. And we've heard stories of folks using the app, getting a few tips on, say, a difficult client, and then half an hour later or later that afternoon using those tips that they used at someone's kitchen table as they talked mortgages. So we've really grown since we've become BHB TV. We were membership based, subscription based, but again, from our broker feedback group that Chris and I created, what the feedback was we want this to be free. Okay, makes sense, right? Who doesn't? So we've made that pivot as well. BHB TV, as Chris said, it's free. We've taken away all the barriers to entry. Everybody's got it on their phone. It's just a matter of downloading it. It's so simple, and that we pride ourselves on that part as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to further that, Dave, I think one of the cool things that we've heard, and we actually heard this coming into this webinar, that a lot of your webinars are viewed by teams, basically sitting in front of the smart TV in their boardroom. Well, that's exactly what a lot of people are using this for as well. If you've got a bunch of new originators, even a bunch of originators who just need to expand their lifelong learning, it's a great opportunity if you have a boardroom TV to just sit them all down and watch and binge watch some of these videos. What I'm going to do now, actually, just to give you a sense, and some of you may have already downloaded this by looking at this code, but I'll just give it a quick share. You can watch it all on desktop as well, so that's I think very important to share as well. As you go to bhbtv.net, and as soon as you do that, you can see the BHBTV obviously operates that way as well. You can see it on my screen now, and hopefully everybody can see that. But essentially it looks and operates a lot like Netflix, or a lot like, can you guys see that? Sorry.
Yes, we can see it.
Got it, Chris.
Okay,
perfect.
It's not highlighted for some reason on my screen, but yeah, so this looks exactly like Netflix or a Prime. You can see it operates exactly the same way. So that's the beauty of this platform, was we also wanted to make it super easy to use, because, you know, obviously nobody needs complication. We're all very busy, but we've got stories now of people just turning it on with their morning coffee as they get into the office, watch a video or two. I don't know, Dave, if you mentioned this, but most of our videos, if not all of them, are under 20 minutes in length. We did that on purpose. And that is because we know that this might be something you just watch for a great tip in the morning or something like that and get on to your busy day. So we don't want your time taken up in any crazy way, but it operates, as I said, exactly the same. So if you know, we're hot right now, this is what people have been watching lately. So you can see some of the videos that people have been watching. There's our Stars and Stripes partner channels. We actually have Caliber Home Loans and a number of other ones coming online very shortly, but you can see the FAMP channel is here. And on that channel, it's all the FAMP webinars that you've missed, other things that that have gone on, some of the promotional materials for the conference and things like that are all here. You can see that obviously MPA is here, Private Lender Link, if you know them, and Rocky Butani, he's here as well. So you can see that these channels are all coming online now, and people are sharing different things, different tips, private lending. So if you're somebody who's just looking into getting into hard money or private lending, I mean, that's a great channel to get onto and learn about how to do that. Obviously, we have our Canadian channels too, because we are North America wide, but we've also got our original zone. So this is where all of our learning material is. So, you know, mastering social media, for example, you've got, you know, Alec Hansen talking about how to do podcasts and be on video. You've got Scott Betley talking about TikTok and how he got to 10 million followers as a mortgage professional. There's tons and tons of stuff here.
Hey, Chris, I'm going to interrupt you for a quick second. Are you able to scroll down and show the rest of the platform? We're stuck on our
I was going to ask a question to you, Chris, there for a second, just to gently interrupt. But as I see, you know, we've got a lot of folks on here, you know, with lenders and different things and associations having their own channels. If you're a mortgage originator and you have a niche where, you know, you work with divorce attorneys and you want to share to folks how to meet up with divorce attorneys to help generate more business for your clients or something, and you can create your own channel as well, or is this more for a lender space or anybody that's in the industry, regardless of what their title or function is?
Dave, I'll let you handle that question because I'm trying to figure out how it says my sharing has paused. So I'm going to just figure out how to fix that.
Yeah, that's what it'll be. There it is, Chris. Yeah, we're basically available for anyone that wants a channel, anyone that has good information that they want to get in front of the rest of the mortgage industry. Any mortgage professional, we're certainly open to having them as a partner for sure. It's not specifically for, you know, lenders per se.
Gotcha.
It can be, you know, anyone can have a channel essentially if they have information, video content that they want to share to the mortgage industry for sure.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think now that Chris has got this page scrolling there, we can see more of those. We were kind of frozen there and wasn't really sure about how that was looking, but yeah, it's perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions before we go further? Just open up the chat, make sure nobody's there. Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. Well, I guess we can just move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to show you a couple more pieces, I don't think I was scrolling through this when it was on pause there. So this is the proprietary material. So you can see here, obviously the learning material with Alec Hansen and with Scott Betley and many others. And they are all broken down into topics. So it's nice and easy to find what you're looking for, you know, how to market yourself in the real world off of social media, how to market yourself on social media, better networking, all sorts of things to go through here and start learning basically. But we also have the shows. So these are the industry shows that are going on right now. And, you know, some of the most popular ones are here. Obviously, the Shred Show. A lot of you know that probably. Alec Hansen obviously is here with Bypassed. We've got tons of other stuff. I mean, there's just a whole boatload of shows and episodes, and it all operates exactly the same way as Netflix. So just click on it and go. the system will start to suggest to you what you should watch. So obviously, if you're really into social media videos, that's what it's going to show you, and so on and so forth. So very, very similar. If you know how to use those streaming platforms, you know how to use us. So that's essentially it in a nutshell.
Well, that's perfect. Now, as far as a lender, broker, originator, anybody out there that's listening to the call today or that might listen to this later, how would they get involved? How would they get connected with you? What does the process look like from a standpoint of, hey, this sounds really good, I'd like to know more. What do I do next? What's the next steps for them?
Well, if you're an originator and you're just looking to learn, then obviously downloading the app is probably the next step, and wherever you want to watch it. But if you're also somebody who's said, I have a show idea, or I have something that I think mortgage pros really need to know or should know, or I've always wanted to do a show or anything like that, while we do prefer video, we want to talk to you. I think that's the biggest thing about BHB is its name, and that's brokers helping brokers. So if you think the industry is really missing something and you can solve that, we want to hear about it. And so you can reach out to contact at mortgagemagnates.com, and we'll give that to you afterwards as well, that you can share. That would be a great thing, or reach out to us on social media. We're on every social platform at BHBTV official. So you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. So we're on all of those. I think we would be totally open to everybody getting involved, because that's what we're all about.
Well, I tend to be a bit of a goofball when it comes to social media and that type of thing, and don't have fancy cameras or the ring lighting or all the stuff that goes with that. Is this intentionally? Can you hear me? My audio dropped out there for a second.
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Okay. So for me, I don't have all the equipment, and it looks like these are, some nice professional, really well done videos and such. Is that something that I have to invest a lot of money in and time and such, or can these just be, cell phone videos? What's the best attempt at that? How does that look?
It really depends on you. I mean, a lot of the things that you'll see on here, they're on cell phone videos because they're doing Zoom, right? And they use Zoom to record a lot of these things. And that's okay, because we can certainly clean that up. Even if it doesn't get cleaned up, we find that there's some that have tons of views. I'm just going to show you in a Canadian channel here. There's a CRM. They're actually in the US as well. They do all of theirs, and you can just see the bottom of his face where he hasn't done one of these thumbnails. But,
right, yeah.
But if you click that, his is, and you won't be able to hear it, but you can certainly.
Hey everyone, Tom Hall here from the Blue Mortgage Team, here to talk to you today about non-subject properties. So it's a concept you're probably familiar with, but as you probably know, basically.
We can't hear him, Chris. So.
No, I know Zoom doesn't hear that. But you can see that he's used his cell phone and then put some graphics around it. So it's not overly difficult. That being said, a lot of the equipment that you just mentioned is actually really, really cheap too. So if you do want to do something like that, a ring light I think is $50, and a good camera is not too bad either, So,
and to be transparent, I do have all that stuff. I was more kind of prepping that question because I knew that if you know me, I'm on camera quite a bit, so it was one of the kind of tongue-in-cheek jokes. But yeah, no, I think that sometimes the authenticity from a cell phone video is oftentimes more well received than the fancy edited version. So I think it's it's up to personal preference for sure.
And it's important to remember too, BHB TV has been in existence basically the whole life of COVID. So as much as we would like to get our 4K cameras out and film everyone, it was proving very difficult during the last couple of years, obviously. And Zoom's come a long way with their recordability quality. So really to do a Zoom video, like Chris said, a ring light's $50, a mic might be $75, and the difference just those two pieces make, you're under $150, $125 for those two pieces of equipment. You wouldn't necessarily have to invest in an expensive camera by any means. So, I mean, and we like quality video. It's what we pride ourselves on. But like I said, with Zoom and the new cell phone cameras, it's almost as good as anything out there,
So I'll ask a question because I'm sure somebody's thinking it. So you're talking about, so if I record a video and send it to you and I have my own channel, are you all editing that and correcting that and adding graphics or all the fancy stuff that I don't know how to do?
For our partners, yes. So for our partners like lenders, appraisers, lawyers, yourselves, things like that, we do add some editing opportunities for that, and we can add bumpers, graphics come in and out with logos and stuff. From a show's perspective, we don't do that as much because most of them already have that. But again, if you've got a show idea that you think is great, we have done originals, and we're actually really starting to get into that. One of them is this one here on Point with Tribe Financial, so it's a brokerage, and obviously, we've produced this program itself. In which case, we did all the editing and all that stuff too. So, yeah, absolutely, there's opportunity for us to help with that, basically on all spectrums.
And when lenders and industry, sorry, Jason, lenders and industry partners that do want channels, the process is very simple. Again, as easy as we've made it for the end users to engage us, we've made it just as easy for our partners in that we have a dedicated partner account manager. Her name's Kyla. I'll give her a little shout out. But she takes care of everything. Once you send us a video into a provided Dropbox, from there, we take it, basically. We'll do some light editing, like I said, Chris said, for our partners. We'll add intros, outros. So really, it's just as easy as dropping your content, and it's unlimited for partners. You can put one a week, you can put one every 2 weeks. One every 2 weeks is probably the sweet spot. And again, content creation, it's not as daunting as it used to be. Anyone with a camera, computer, and an idea, they can certainly do it, to get their message out. But we've tried to make the entire process for both sides, end users, partners, even ourselves, as easy and streamlined as it can, just to save time and headache for everyone.
That's excellent. So let's open up to questions for a moment. We'll press pause. Chris, I don't want to interrupt you, but I wanted to make sure we're keeping our audience engaged because that's what we're here for. And let's see if they have any questions for you or anything specific. Valerie, do you want to open the lines, or maybe we just want to check the chat, but don't see anything actively. Does anybody have any questions for the guys here? No, maybe Valerie took a nap. It's her time of day.
No, Valerie's not napping.
Valerie's up.
We can definitely use the chat feature if you have any questions about content, how to use the content, how to share, interact with the content, any other questions that might have come to mind.
Thank you, Darren, for your help. Perfect. Well, something that comes to mind to me is that here's a question. Are there any measurable results? Wait a second. Any measurable results from the partners that have started the streaming service as far as traction or growth? Okay, great question.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that is something that we do provide to all of our partners, and it's been huge for them, which has been great. We do provide all sorts of analytics. So we're able to, even though there's people they're not actually registering, we can see where everybody's watching. We can see right down to the city. So not your address, don't worry, but we can see right down to the city that you're watching in. We provide our partners with that data. We provide our partners with data around how much of their videos are getting watched. So you get the analytics on, did they watch 2 minutes of a 20-minute video? Did they watch 20 minutes of a 20-minute video? Why? You guys can sit down and sort of figure that out. You can also figure out based on those cities, why is everybody watching it in Orlando but not watching it in Miami? Why is that? Well, you can figure that out probably based on the content. Also number of views, repeat views. We give all sorts of analytics around it, so you always know what your ROI is on it, on how you're getting viewed. Dave always says this. I'm going to steal your line again, Dave. I do it to you a lot this week, it seems like, but the line is you get out of it what you put into it. So from a partner perspective, that's exactly what it is. We have some videos that have already over 35,000 views, and then there's others that have 500. It depends on the quality of what you put on there as a partner. We can certainly provide tips on what's working really, really well for some partners and what we've seen that's not. But then there's also the outliers that all of a sudden go from 500 views their first 2 weeks to 10, 15,000 views because somebody watched it and started recommending it to all of the people around them, and then all of a sudden it takes off. So sometimes it's even hard to predict that, but it's been really, really great uptake. A lot of people thanking us for the links and things not having to be there. So that's a big thing too, right? And when you're sharing webinars, people always saying, I can't get the link to work. Well, just go watch it on BHBTV. You don't even need a link. So that type of thing's made it a lot simpler.
Yeah, and we
think there's a value there. Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to add, Chris usually says it. We do provide that reporting quarterly to our partners, so it's good. You don't want it too often because it doesn't give you a true reading of what's happening. Quarterly lets you really see the trends and dig your teeth into it. So we found that to be the right amount of data feedback.
When I think that there's value in being able to be relevant. And if a client is looking to work with you as an originator or as a lender, and they see that you have that content that's consistent, I think that's always the name of the game with any kind of, social media, if you will, platforms. As long as you're consistent, people will recognize that you're actually bringing value. If you're just, post every 3 months or every year, then obviously, you're not really dedicated to it. But showing that consistency and being able to be relevant, I think that's a big value. And it shows that you're engaged in the industry, you're a content matter expert, you're providing that service to your clients and to your partners. So it's definitely a very cool opportunity. And I think that, as FAMP members, it's a great benefit. I think it's going to really take off. And I know as the communications chair, I'm excited to use it and start getting some more videos up there and some additional content, including today's webinar for sure will be added, but we're excited. So I don't want to take up everybody's time, but I want to make sure that we cover everything from you guys. I don't want to miss anything, but I know that, time's always valuable. We want to make sure we're respecting that, but also don't want to leave anybody's questions unanswered. So if you have any questions, please hit the chat for those. Guys, do you have anything else that you want to share? Contact info, any of that good stuff to make sure we have access to you guys?
You know what? I just want to make sure that we thank everybody for sticking with us and watching this. We really appreciate it. We like being that one-stop shop. I think that's your biggest benefit you're going to get out of this. We're keyword based, obviously, on there. So if you're looking for information on VA, you're going to get a ton of information on VA. Just type it in the search. Construction, same thing. So that's what you need to do. And I think that's why it's so important for as many partners to be online as well. Obviously, selfishly, we want more partners, but at the same time, for everybody else, the brokers helping brokers mantra. If we're going to make sure we do that and help each other as an industry, the more partners that are on here in one place, the easier it's going to be to share information. And so again, you type in VA and 6 lenders come up. That's perfect, right? That's exactly what we want. And so we're certainly, that's our goal, is to provide that. So, and thank you to our partners who have joined to be able to provide that, like yourselves at FAMP.
Chris, we had a few people join a little bit late. Would you mind putting that QR code back up on the screen for
Perfect.
Anyone who came late to be able, this is the way that you can access on your device?
Yeah, and you can run a search too for BHBTV, but you can also just scan this and it'll allow you to download it on your device.
And are there any tips or tricks as far as downloading it to your smart TV? I know the QR code doesn't always work on the TV functions. So is there anything specific to the title or to a certain app or anything that you're using for that?
Nothing really specific other than typing BHBTV in the search.
Right.
As soon as you do that in your TV apps store,
Okay.
It'll pop up. So then just click it and download, and then it'll be ready to go. So
Perfect.
Pretty simple. And as well, you can watch everything on bhbtv.net as well. So
Okay.
So there's lots of different ways to get in and watch it. And but yeah, nice and simple download on the TVs and the phone.
Perfect. So last thing, what's the best way if somebody wants to dive in and start doing videos today? How do they contact you? Where do they go? What's the best approach for that? I know you said maybe hit you on social media, but is there any other option for that?
Yeah, absolutely. So there is a contact in the app itself. You have a contact form. I'll just share that now as well. That's probably one of the better ways. It comes right to that email address that I gave you. So let me just show it so I can give you an idea of where it is here. So if you can see that, it's right up here, this contact form. You can fill out your name and email and phone number, that sort of thing, and get in touch with us that way through the app, as well as through the desktop version on bhbtv.net, or again, as we said, through all of our socials as well.
And I see that you guys are biased toward robots, so that's good. We're anti-robot here as well. We're human beings. We love that.
That's right. 100%. 100%.
Well,
so
perfect.
And I think the last thing I wanted to mention to everyone is, you know, you've probably heard it before, and the, you know, the organizations that are having great marketing success, you know, the key phrase is content is king. You know, nowadays content is absolutely king, and those that are getting ahead are fully engaged with that mantra. So, you know, and what better place to house it and watch it and enjoy it than BHBTV. So content is definitely king.
Binge watch the industry. There you go.
That's right.
That's it. That's it. Well, perfect. Well, guys, we thank you so much. Audience, thank you all so much for joining us today and taking the time to hear about a great resource, another opportunity as members to take advantage of another partner that's partnered with the FAMP. And we just thank you all for being here. Hope you all have a great week. Guys, stay warm up there in the Great White North, and we'll talk to you all soon. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Take care, guys.